Hi, it's Jeannie, a certified financial planner and senior 401k advisor with Argy, and we are here with part 2 of our social media video series, definitely aimed at 401k advisors, but I think that this information would be valuable for any professional looking to expand their network on social media and incorporate it into their practice. Now, in the last video, we talked about specifically how it has helped our team. Now, in this video, we are going to go back to the basics a little bit, and we will actually be focusing primarily on LinkedIn from here moving forward. So we want to understand, obviously we have Twitter and we have Facebook, and the audience is really important to me. And the audience on Twitter is more shotgun. It's not very controlled. Everything just kind of goes out. The audience on Facebook, to me, tends to be more personal. It's family and friends that like my Facebook page. My grandmother's on Facebook. LinkedIn is my target audience, right? That's where we as professionals are going to see other professionals. For us as 401k advisors, that's where our HR departments, our comp and benefit departments, our CFOs, our CEOs, that's where they all live and thrive. So I want to focus on LinkedIn and just the basics of what we do and how we're doing it. And please, by no means am I a social media expert at all, but sometimes just us sharing our ideas can help you, and then vice versa. Maybe you can come back and give us some ideas on what you do. So the first question is, how often do you post? Like, what's the frequency? And we pulled ours a little bit out of thin air. We go for a post a day and a video a week. And I don't necessarily think that everybody has to do that. I think the most important thing on frequency is that you're consistent, right? You can't throw something out there and then be gone for 3 weeks and then come back and put 2 more things on. What you need are regular posts. And maybe it's only 2 posts a week. Maybe it's a video a month, or maybe it's an article a month. Whatever it is, you have to be consistent and you have to maintain that over a certain period of time for you to actually build the momentum that you're looking for. The second thing is, what do you post? Well, the best thing you can post is original content, is your ideas, is value. It can't just be, call me if you need help. It needs to be, here's an example of how I help somebody, or here's an answer to a question that you may have. The more meaningful and the more valuable your content is, the more likely you are to actually get people engaged in that content. And it helps by far if it's original, if it has your personality, if it has your voice. Social media is a personable place, right? You have the opportunity to let your personality shine. You should really let it out there. It gets people closer to you. I know a lot of people share other people's content, and I'm not opposed to that. Other people put great things out there. I see articles, I see things that I like all the time that I share. But always make a point to put your own flavor on it. Okay, so let's say, for example, one of my videos was up about the Roth IRA, and you thought it was a great video and somebody had asked you a question about the Roth IRA. Here's the perfect time to take somebody else's content, share that. But before you share it, put your own message at the beginning. Maybe there was this particular comment that struck a chord with you. Maybe there was a certain spot in the video that you want somebody to go look at. Whatever it is, take a piece of that material, include it up in this section, and then if you're trying to draw somebody's attention to it, tag that person. Oh, hi, by the way, John Smith, we talked about this the other day. I think you'll like this video. Now you're a part of the conversation, right? You have joined into the conversation with us. You aren't just sitting on the sidelines watching 2 other people interact. Another thing that you want to do is be authentic. Okay, be normal. People are not expecting this glossy production. They're not expecting the best thing that you can throw out there. Nobody is confusing me with a movie producer. Okay, these are made out of The Office with a webcam and Movie Maker. Okay, a free software, by the way. I know for me, a lot of the delay I had in getting started was because I was expecting or waiting, I guess, on perfection. And it was at the Napa conference, and Alex Astley actually said it in one of his, in one of the panels that he was doing. He was saying it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be out there. That's the beauty of social media. Hashtags. For those of you who may be a little bit older, you may refer to them as a £. How do we use hashtags? Okay, so I use a hashtag in 3 different ways. First off, it's my identifier. Now, most of you out there know me as the 401k lady because I put that hashtag after every single piece of content that I throw out there. But there's actually a reason, right, why I do that. It's not just for fun. So LinkedIn is a really cool platform to show your resume and your profile. But for somebody to actually get to your content or your messaging, it takes several clicks. What I wanted was for anybody who liked the material that I was putting out there to be able to go to the search bar, search one thing, in my instance, 401k lady, and then boop, 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 all of my information populates their newsfeed. Okay, so there's a reason why 401k lady is now on everything. So I also use hashtags as kind of a funny, right? You can have a funny hashtag. It adds a little laugh to all of your posts. And I normally put those up at the top where you can see them. And then if you scroll down to my messages, you'll see a bunch of boring hashtags or generic hashtags. Money, finance, personal finance, 401k, you name it. And what those hashtags are there for is to actually link my post up with hashtags that are commonly searched. So what the hashtag does is if you are following the money hashtag, then in your newsfeed, anything with the hashtag money will automatically populate that newsfeed. So there's a lot of generic terms out there. If somebody's interested in personal finance or they have questions about a 401k, I want to make sure that they're being directed to my content also. Now there's a reason why I put those posts at the bottom of my message. And what I like to remind people is most people are looking at LinkedIn on an iPhone or a tablet, which means that your message is condensed. And for the most part, they're probably only seeing the first 3 or 4 lines. So any message you want to get across, anything important that you want somebody to read has got to be in those first 3 or 4 lines. We spend a lot of time editing our messaging to make sure that somebody doesn't have to expand to get to the most important part of our message. That's why all of the generic hashtags are at the bottom. If I tag a coworker, I tag a colleague in the industry, all of that's at the bottom. We want those in the message because we need all of those little fingers going out to draw people back to the content, but they don't necessarily have to be in the top 3 lines. Now, Aristotle said it best. Without images, there are no words. A newsfeed is a very, very, very busy place, and we need your messaging to stand out. So we like to include some kind of image no matter what we're doing. We do a lot of pictures of our team members, and to make them exciting, we shoot them through Snapchat or Instagram or even Boomerang, which allows us to do the little dances. If it's just a word message, I'll use Canva, canva.com online. It's a free service that lets me add a little bit of artwork to the words behind what I'm trying to post. Basically anything that's going to allow that image to pop off of the newsfeed. You can't just include a message update. People won't see them. We've talked about content being original. We've talked about it being authentic. It doesn't have to be perfect. Really, the key here is consistency. When you put a message out on social media, you need to be prepared to continue to MC and moderate that conversation. You started it, okay? You're the one that brought all of this to the forefront, and you want people to comment and you want people to share, and as they do that, you need to come back regularly and comment back on their comments, like their comments, ask another question. If you throw something out on social media and then you just walk away, then the conversation will die with you. Those are just some tips and tricks and basics of what we do, particularly when it comes to our LinkedIn posts. The next video, we're actually going to show you how we incorporate LinkedIn in our sales process. It's going to be a really, really great one. I recommend that you tune in and watch it. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.